It's funny how late at night when you're laying in bed, you can come up with ideas like when you're sort of halfway between asleep and dreaming. And last night, I didn't even realize until I was going through my notes this morning on my phone that I had wrote this last night. But it says, create a philosophy video about why if America actually had a culture, it would not survive because it would become so divided state by state that it would go to war. So therefore, the ubiquitous nature of capitalism, such as Walmart and McDonald's and 9-to-5 life across the entire United States compared to Europe, which is seemingly always at war with itself, is actually what is holding America together, even though it is also what is drowning the people in lack of meaning. I don't know if I was onto something or not, but I I really do write these weird things late at night when I'm like about to start dreaming, because I dream every night, extremely vivid dreams. But probably why my name is Joseph, if you know anything about the Bible. Anyway, yeah, but I mean, I actually kind of agree with it because, you know, you look at Ukraine, Russia, you look at the many cultures in Europe, and this sort of milquetoast across the board version of capitalist culture of America is actually kind of what makes it to where people aren't really ready to grab their pitchforks. I mean, Americans, despite what they say, oh, it's time for another Tea Party, or, you know, the answer to 1984 is 1776. I mean, despite what they say, I'm sorry to tell you guys, but Americans, they'll do nothing. I mean, we had stuff in the files come out that is so diabolical. Caligula in the Roman Empire, worst of the worst emperors, would be cringing. You know, so, and Americans did nothing, nada, zip, zilch, nada, zero. So that goes to show you either A, there's something really in the water or the air, or the planes are dropping something, or the food, or it's the Roundup or the glyphosate. I don't know. It's either that, a very sophisticated media apparatus, brainwashing machine, or the dichotomy of red versus blue is so ingrained in the American people that they genuinely believe, like, oh, yeah, it's the Democrats, or, oh, yeah, it's the Republicans. We got to get them. We'll vote every 2 years, seesaw effect. Vote now, vote again, vote again, vote again. Even though people see how corrupt everything is, they somehow are just like, no, it's the other side. It's red versus blue, you know? This WWE championship crap. But yeah, I mean, like, Europe has actual, like, you know, the people of Europe are the indigenous people of Europe. You know, the Irish are the indigenous people of that island. Ireland. You know, the people of the Netherlands are you know, the British are the British. I mean, well, some of them are Normans, Northmen, or some are French. But regardless, you know, the people of Europe are indigenous to there. The people, America is all, like, no matter what they say in MAGA and all that, it's a hodgepodge. It always has been. And no, the founding fathers were not Christians. They were deists. They just generally believed in a clockmaker, like a clockwork universe. They were not Christians. Like, that whole, like, we are proper European Western country at one time. It's not true. Yeah, I mean, the general, like, you starting from Jamestown, I guess, yeah, it was sort of British, which they even say, we're not even Europeans, we're British. But whatever, I'm not going to get into the minutia there. But yeah. And there is one more thing I want to say about this, because it's important. There was a time when the Irish were, you know, couldn't even get a job, or the Italians, like my own family bloodline, or at least a good portion of it, they couldn't get a job, or like we Italians were looked at as lesser than. And still to this day, like, if I go to certain, like, say, Avondale, and it's, like, all very, very white, like, or when I lived in Vermont for a short time working at a hotel, like, these are, like, really colonial American, British, ancestral people, and I could tell, like, my olive skin, my nose, like, they just naturally treated me less than. So I just naturally got along with, like, other people that were, like, employees that I were also seen as. So, I want to say this about the culture of, like, it's a very reductionist culture of Americans thinking that that Europeans are like this unified race. Like, you'll see this on Twitter where there'll be like these graphs of like Europe and then the rest of the world, and they're like, we're up against the rest of the world. There's not much of us left. And it's like, dude, look at Ukraine and Russia. I mean, thousands of men a day are being blown to bits. The French, the British, the Irish, the British, the Germans, and everybody. Sorry, or the Serbs, the Serbians. Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, Sarajevo, Yugoslavia. If you want to start about Europeans and some unified race, it never, ever existed. We can't get along with ourselves. So what it is a lack of American education system on X, formerly Twitter, which shows how simple-minded these guys are when they want to make it sound like there's some future where there's like a unified Caucasian future. We can't get along with each other. And here's the thing. If you have a group of people in a small town, and like say you were to kick out all of the very dark-skinned people, just say you did, say you achieved your goal, I guarantee you, immediately they would create a new caste system. Oh, well, my father actually came over during Jamestown. Oh, well, look at my skin color. I'm as pale as, the moonlight. And, oh, well, you're Italian. Oh, well, he's Irish. Oh, you're Catholic. You're Episcopalian. And then we would literally be right back to 16, 17, 1800s versions of Caucasians fighting amongst themselves. Humanity just